Hello, welcome back to my next video on Vedic Astrology. Today I am going to speak on a very interesting topic, the interrelationship between Vastu and Vedic Astrology. Whenever you meet a numerologist, he is likely to tell you that everything is numbers and your entire life is based on numbers, partly true and partly wrong. And whenever you get to meet a Vastu consultant, most probably is going to tell that everything is due to bad Vastu and good Vastu. It's like if you go to an Ayurvedic doctor, he or she will not admit that there are bacteria or bacteria are the cause of disease. He is likely to say that there are only the imbalance of doshas which cause the problem and not the bacteria. It may sound illogical or foolish, but somehow this is actually the truth. For example, if you go to a allopathy doctor, as soon as, let's say you have a throat pain, throat infection, when you go to him, he is most probably going to ask you, what did you have last night? Maybe you had an ice cream or something very cold. So he also indirectly admits that the bacteria is not the cause, because the bacteria are always around us and 24 hours it is around us. And so what led to the cause of the throat infection was not the bacteria, but the conditions that got altered inside the throat, which made it conducive for the bacteria to thrive. And so once you set back the conditions in your throat to another level or restore it, then automatically the bacteria cannot survive. So that's how Ayurveda works, and that's how the allopathy medicine also works, because the allopathy medicine will directly kill the bacteria, but during that process it will kill many other things inside the human body, which is also very beneficial. So in the same way, whenever you meet a Vastu consultant, he is likely to tell you that everything is due to Vastu, and if you correct the Vastu, then everything is going to be alright. But just look at it this way: suppose a Vastu house, 100% Vastu house is built, then do you really think that a person dwelling in that is going to be trouble-free throughout their life? So obviously that's not going to be the case, because the dashas will change, the bhuktis will change. And another important aspect of Vastu versus astrology is that when you are in a bad time, you will automatically be pushed into a bad Vastu house. And when you get into a good time, you will quit that house and get into a house that is which has fulfilled most of the rules of Vastu. Despite all these things, you can still use Vastu tips to the best of your abilities. So when Vastu consultant tells that the reason for your suffering is because of bad Vastu, he is partly right and partly wrong, because the basic or the root cause of all problems is our karma, which we have brought forward from our past lives into this birth. And the Vastu of your house will automatically match the conditions in your horoscope, and that's because everything has to happen in accordance to your horoscope. Without seeing the Vastu of your house, just by looking at a horoscope, a good astrologer can always expect what should be going wrong in your house with regard to the rules of Vastu. For example, if you have combinations that indicate lots of expenses, many points in the 12th house in a Sarvashtaka chart, then you're likely to spend a lot of money, and that would match up with lots of openings in your southwest. Especially the southwest corner, there might be a big window always kept open, or there might be a balcony which opens up to the outer space. And so that happens because if fate has to be fulfilled, then you'll also be given opportunities to live in such homes. So that's how Vastu works. And let's say if there are frequent quarrel between husband and wife, that is what the horoscope says, incompatible birth nakshatras. And so 80% of the time we find that such a couple is sleeping in the southeast corner of the house, which is actually called the fire corner. And fire means heated arguments, and always in the question of fights. Southeast is best for keeping a kitchen there, but instead of cooking, other things get cooked up. So that's what happens if you have a southeast bedroom. But in the same way, if you have ninth house afflicted in your horoscope, for example, Rahu or maybe the Sun or Mars or Saturn or maybe two of them or three of them in the ninth house, then it means that your northeast corners will all be in a bad shape. Maybe you have a toilet in the northeast, so the energy of God is less likely to be in that corner. For example, if you have the ninth lord and the 12th, Maharishi Parashara says you will have lots of guests in your house. So that might mean that you have your kitchen in the northwest, which always makes more guests come home and have your food, one way good and one way bad. Okay, so we can go on and on with this, but this is how it is. So it's always better to correct the root problems in your horoscope by doing astrological remedies, and then also consult your Vastu consultant, so that at least he will also add in his bit of it. He will also aid you in making things better for your house. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed this video, and in case you have any doubts, please type them out in the comment section below, and whenever I find the time, I'll be eager to answer your questions. And in case you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and subscribe. Stay connected to the world of Vedic astrology. Thank you so much for watching this video.